and you do it too high, and then it's gonna end up stalling, and before you know it, some gas to about there. Hold it still. On the last video about hills, I showed you how to do them as a beginner. On this video, I'm gonna show you how to do them as a pro. Let's go. So most beginners will use the handbrake technique. So right now I'm on a hill, and for some reason, lots of people don't believe when I'm on a hill because I think the way the video looks, but let me show you. As soon as I put my handbrake down, the car rolls back straight away. So I'm definitely on a really steep hill right now. And the technique that lots of beginners use is using the handbrake technique, getting the biting point, adding some gas, and then moving on. Now there's nothing wrong with this, but if you're thinking about driving as someone who's a bit more experienced, most people that are experienced don't really use the handbrake like that. They'll just use it for securing the car once they're parked up. But let me show you how to do it. So right now my handbrake is down. I've got my foot on the brake, but if I'm not careful enough, the car's gonna roll back anyway. So let me make sure firstly that I'm in first gear, because you don't want to start on a hill like this in neutral or in any other gear. First gear is gonna be the best gear for this. So now when I'm ready to move, I'll make sure I got my biting point first and then release the brake and then move. So you see there, I thought sometimes you might think you got the biting point because you can see the car, the revs go up a tiny bit, but if you haven't got enough of a biting point, the car is still gonna roll back. So make sure that you've got enough of a biting point, and normally you can feel the car shaking a little bit. That's how you know you've got enough of a biting point. Then once you've got that, you wanna do your checks and then off the brake, add some gas in the background while slowly bringing the clutch up. The mistake that's made here a lot is, firstly, they don't have enough of a biting point, so the car's gonna roll back. Secondly, sometimes when they start to move off, let's say you got the biting point nicely, they're too quick with the clutch, so they'll go to the gas and then bring the clutch up way too fast like that. And if you do that, you are gonna stall. The key is to hold it for a few seconds while you're going up the hill. Let me show you what I mean. So this time, once I've got the biting point and I know it's safe, I'll add some gas while keeping my clutch still. Yes, my clutch is still, and then bringing up smoothly, and then now I'm up the hill. And now when I'm gone this fast now, I can come off the clutch fully and add more gas. Another mistake I see lots of people making is not using enough gas for this. So let's say I've got my clutch to the biting point and it's time for me to move. If I don't use enough gas now, the car is most likely gonna stall. The clutch in this car is quite strong, so it can handle this hill without any gas. In a lot of cars, that's not gonna work. Or even if I have people in my car or lots of weight in this car, just using the clutch alone is gonna make the car struggle. Even now I can feel it shaking a lot, it's struggling a lot, and then eventually it starts to move off. But it's a lot of strain and it's a lot of work for the clutch by itself. So instead, make sure you're using the gas around 1,500 RPMs as you're moving off. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this time I'll get my biting point and I can feel it shaking. Once it's time for me to move, off the brake, add some gas to about there, hold it still, bring it up smoothly while I'm adding more and more gas, and then now off all the way, and then get into second. One of the biggest mistakes that you're going to see on hills like this, so I'm approaching a junction which is really hilly, is people leave it in second gear for too long. So they'll get here and then they'll stall because now it's way too hilly for this second gear. To avoid this, you want to make sure that you're going into first before you get to the top of the hill. That way the car is going to be approaching the hill nice and smoothly without struggling. Let me show you what I mean. So this time, instead of leaving it in second all the way to the top of the hill, I'm going to come off the gas around here, and then I see the RPMs drop. I'll go into first, add some gas to bring the car up the top of the hill, and then now, because I can't see properly, I can stop for a second, get my biting point. Oh, there's a car coming from the left and the right. But if it was clear, I could have got my biting point and then carried on nice and smoothly. So now that's getting clearer, get my biting point, add some gas, check both sides, keeping my clutch still, not bringing up too fast, and now I can bring up all the way, adding more gas in the background, off the gas, clutch down, into second gear. So even if you remember to go back into first at the top of the hill, it's a lot slower than going into gear one on the approach. So even if let's say I stop at the top here, and then I have to go into first, and then I'll move on again. This takes way more time than if I had approached it in first. Let me show you the difference. So this time, if I approach it in first gear, it should be a lot quicker. Let me show you. So I'm gonna go right, so mirror, mirror. I'm still in second gear right now. Then off the gas, into first, get my biting point, add some gas as well in the background, and then if it's clear, check my side again, and then I can carry on. So this way I'm already prepared to be in the gear that I need to be to drive on again. When you're waiting at the top of the hill, you don't want to be waiting at the biting point for too long. So let's say I've got to the top and I see a car coming. I don't want to hold this clutch here for too long like this, because this is going to burn the clutch out. But just for a couple of seconds, it's okay. You're going to hear people say you have to put your handbrake on and, you know, and put the clutch down until you're ready to go so that you don't burn the clutch out. But for a couple of seconds, it's not going to cause a big problem. But you don't want to be holding the clutch for too long. Let me show you what I mean. So if I get to the top of this hill here, just to check the road out, I'm going to get my biting point, hold it for a couple of seconds. I can see it's clear, and then I can come out. This is okay to do it like that. You're not going to burn the clutch like that. Just for a few seconds, it's fine. Just don't hold it there for too long, because then you will burn the clutch out. If you find yourself rolling back on the hill, so let's say you're trying to move now, but then your car's rolling back like this, don't keep doing that. Don't keep trying to get the biting point there, because you're rolling back too far. Instead, make sure you press the brake straight away so that your car doesn't roll back, and then get the biting point again and then move on. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm also going to show you how to avoid rolling back in the first place. So when you get to the top of the hill, then you get into first. If you find yourself rolling back, it's usually because you haven't got enough of a biting point, or you haven't got a biting point at all. What you want to do in this case is make sure before you do anything else, get a nice strong biting point with the clutch and the brake on, and then come off the brake and add some gas in the background and keep the clutch still. Yeah, so this way you're not going to get that rolling back, and you can be a lot more controlled. If you find yourself rolling back like this, what you might see some people doing is try to go for the handbrake, but you see, it doesn't work that well because your car's still going to roll back. What some other people try to do as well is they'll try to catch you with the biting point, which you can do, but since this is a video about being more advanced, I'll show you how to do that as well. So let's say you're rolling back a little bit, you can quickly catch the biting point like this. The more you know your car, the easier this is going to get. So once you start feeling yourself rolling back, bring the clutch a bit higher, and then that should stop it from rolling back, and you should start going a bit more forward. But if you're not careful and you do it too high, then it's going to end up stalling, and before you know it, your car's cut out. So you want to make sure that you can practice it enough so you can just get to the right point and then stop. The best way to do this is if you feel yourself rolling back too much, the easiest and best way to do this to stop yourself rolling back too far is once you feel yourself rolling back, is straight away go on the brake. This stops it immediately. That way you don't roll into anyone behind you, and now you have full control of the car. The next step now is to stay calm, get the biting point again, and then add some gas, and then make your move. So it's all about being controlled, making sure you don't roll back too much, staying calm, and then moving off smoothly once you have a nice clear space. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this kind of videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing so far. Really appreciate you guys, and thank you all the people who've been supporting the channel so far. Really appreciate you guys as well. So thank you guys again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.